Welcome back to Teshkid FX for another price prediction update, and in this video I'll be giving you a price prediction update on Polygon Matic, whose current price stands at the $0.9134 mark, and here on TradingView the market is up by 1.14%. and in this video I want to give you the short-term and the long-term scenarios that I expect to play out, basing my analysis on the Elliot wave structures, the Fibonacci's, and also the key areas of support and resistances. And allow me to kickstart the video by giving you a brief of what has been happening here on the Polygon Matic chart. So Polygon Matic, from these low prices that we had been trading within, we saw a very nice bounce to the upper side in a movement that has been obeying the Elliot wave structures, having that as the first wave to the upper side. Then we saw this ABC corrective structure, which is better seen on the 4-hour chart in the formation of that high Elliot wave count 2, and I believe we have seen the low for that high Elliot wave count 2, and right now in the formation of this high Elliot wave count 3 to the upper side, which I expect to give us a new all-time high, and then expect a wave 4 and then continue pushing even higher in the formation of that wave 5 to the upper side. And getting a little bit into the details of the formation of this Elliot wave structure, I can give you a minimum target area to the upper side in the formation of this wave 3 using the trend based Fibonacci, connecting it from the low of the first wave down there to the high of the wave 1, then dragging the fibs to the low of the second wave, and that gives me a minimum target area to the upper side at the fib level 1.618, and that is at around the $5.03 mark, and that is the minimum that I would expect this wave 3 to the upper side to do, and also give us an all-time high. And after seeing that, then we can expect a bit of a retracement in the formation of a wave 4 before we continue pushing even higher in the formation of that wave 5. And jumping to the 4-hour chart for further analysis, here on the 4-hour chart you can see I have this Elliot wave structure in blue, which is a fractal wave within that higher Elliot wave count 3 that I have shown you on the daily chart, where I believe we have completed the formation of this higher Elliot wave count 1 to the upper side. And now my primary scenario is that we're in the formation of this high Elliot wave count 2 before we continue pushing higher in the formation of a wave 3, then expect a wave 4, and then continue pushing even higher in the formation of that wave 5. And getting a little bit into the details of the formation of this Elliot wave count 2, which we have right here, a higher Elliot wave count 2 is a corrective wave, and because of that we also expect to see an ABC corrective structure, and I believe that is what we are seeing over here after making our high for that first wave at around the $1.3 mark. In this movement, having this as the wave A, then a wave B, then I'm expecting a new low in the formation of this wave C to fully maximize the formation of that high Elliot wave count 2. Then after that we can expect an impulsive movement to the upper side in the formation of a wave 3, and giving you a minimum target area to the lower side in the formation of this wave C by using a trend based Fibonacci to sketch out a minimum target area to the lower side in the formation of a wave C by connecting the Fibonacci's from the high of that wave A to the low of the wave A, then dragging the fibs to the high of the wave B. That gives me a minimum target area at the fib level 1.618, and that is at around the $0.03 mark, and that is the minimum that I would expect that low to in the formation of that high Elliot wave count 2 to do. But the low can be maybe in between here. It's not a must that we fully maximize the fib level 1.618, but once we see the low for that high Elliot wave count 2, then we can expect a very nice bounce to the upper side in the formation of that wave 3. And jumping to the 1-hour chart, where we have some nice chart patterns that are in formation. Here on the 1-hour chart you can see after hitting the key area of support at around the $0.78 mark, we saw a very nice bounce to the upper side, started trading within this channel, and we managed to break out of the channel to the upper side, and we tried to get back to the key area of resistance at around the $0.95 mark, but we didn't quite fully get to that key area of resistance because you can see we made our high at around the $0.94 mark. And in this movement over here we are having much of a consolidation, and within this consolidation we are also seeing a channel that is in formation, and if I draw it out we can have this as the lower side of the channel, and we have seen also the upper side of the channel, and we are yet to see a breakout out of the channel, maybe to the upper side or maybe to the lower side. And at the moment we are trading the lower side of the channel, and there are chances that in case we manage to break out of the channel to the lower side, then I would expect that impulsive movement to the lower side to lose the key area of support at around the $0.78 mark, and once that happens, then we can expect a retest of that key area of support before we continue pushing even low in the formation of that wave 2, and that movement might fully maximize the formation of that higher Elliot wave count 2. And in case that doesn't play out, then there are chances that we might break out of the channel to the upper side, manage to break above the key area of resistance at around the $0.95 $4.95 mark. And in case we make we see a retest over here, there are chances that we might make a new high, maybe in the formation of this massive ABC corrective structure. And in case we do not make a high that is above the high for this wave B, then that might be just a bit of a recovery to the upper side in a movement that might be obeying the EBOOK structures, because within these wave C that we are seeing over here, we have an EBOOK structure having this as the first wave to the lower side. Then this might be the formation of a wave 2, then we might expect an impulsive movement in a wave 3, then a wave 4, before we see a wave 5 to fully maximize the formation of that higher EBOOK wave count 2 to the lower side. And using the Fibonacci's, connecting them from the high of that wave 1 to the low of the wave 1 down there, and that gives me a minimum retracement area between the fib level 0.5 and the fib level 0.618, which perfectly lies between the $1.01 mark and the $0.97 mark. And I can mark that target area here on the charts, and there are chances that in case we get into that target area, we might see the formation of this wave 2, and that I would expect it to play out in case we see a breakout out of the channel to the upper side and manage to break above the key area of resistance at around the $0.95 mark. Then we can expect that impulsive movement to the lower side in the formation of the wave 3. And also taking a look at the indicators to see what movements will be supported here on the RSI. On the RSI, we are trading at around the 49 mark, meaning we have massive room for us to support any movements to the upper side. Also any movements to the lower side will still be supported. Also taking a look at the 4-hour MACD, here on the 4-hour MACD we have printed a bullish cross, and that would mean higher prices are coming our way. So let's be patient and see how that plays out, and I'll keep you updated.